Don't forget, ABC's Wide World of Sports follows international cliff diving, the downhill, and what excitement in that event that took place in Kitzbühel, Austria. And to add more excitement, listen to this. The International Drag Racing Championships from Pomona, California. That's all on ABC's Wide World of Sports today. Opening up in the third game on our live color telecast from New York City, McGrath. So the game is on. That was a strike on the left lane for McGrath.
He continues to love that left lane.
6'2", 145 pounds. 30-year-old Dave Davis. Smooth. The match is even after 8 frames. Billy does. Well, I think most everyone knows that man in the middle. Don Carter.
Four-time winner, we mentioned earlier, of this great championship, but voted the greatest bowler of all time also.
With a .221 average here at the Garden this week, Davis trying for a double. 7-pin. Dave Davis, who owns an even dozen titles, but none since 1971 when he won in San Jose, California. As we mentioned, Dave won the 1967 PBA National Championship, the first sporting event held here at the new Madison Square Garden. Boy, he almost fell over the foul line. Stuck at the line. A double for Mike McGrath at the very last second.
Great shot here of the hit. This is the love tap. The pin comes off the wall. The neck of the 4 taps the 7. That's a great little strike.
Only a bachelor would call that a love tap. Split screen now. Three in a row for Mike McGrath. This is the granddaddy of the tournaments, the Bowling Proprietor Association of America's United States Open. The pressure's on Dave Davis, trailing by 20, shooting in the third frame. Billy reminds me of when we're doing a golf telecast occasionally, our voices will carry onto the green when someone is putting, which needless to say, we don't want to have happen, but apparently we're so full of excitement and vim and vigor today that they're hearing our commentary, which is distracting.
It certainly is. This is a game where you must concentrate in total quiet. And we're very close to the player, too. I can understand where they would hear us.
The 7-pin. Dave Davis marking with a spare and continuing to trail by 20 pins, more in a minute. And at the bowling lanes in Madison Square Garden in New York. This is the third game, and at the moment, Mike McGrath is leading by 20 pins. He has 3 in a row, going for 4. There's 4. If you just joined us in the first game, Dick Ritker defeated Dick Weber 218 to 214. And in the second game, Mike McGrath defeated Dick Ritker 220 to 183. McGrath with a 30-pin lead. Now moving to the left lane.
His favorite lane.
Dave Davis never watches the action of the competitor. 5 in a row. 7 more and we'll give him $10,000 and a Lincoln Mercury Cougar. Leaving the 610 on the right lane. Oh, that seemed to break awfully sharp.
Yes, it did, Chris. Dave puts an awful lot of what we call fingers, probably more than anyone since the great left-hander of earlier days, Roy Lown. He can make it break very, very sharply in the last few feet, and it happened that time.
Disappointed bowler, Dave Davis, trailing by 42.
Dave had a few problems, and I had a chance to talk to him.
Well, Billy, my shot's been a lot different than, say, Mike McGrath's or Earl Anthony's that made the TV finals this week. I've had to move around on the repair, and I know Earl and Mike have stayed pretty much in the same area. Some lanes I've been in on the second arrow, some deeper, and other lanes I've been way out on the gutter. So it's just been a matter of moving around and finding the right shot for the right peg this week.
Shot that time, and that's the problem, though, because he's got more hook than Mike McGrath or Earl Anthony.
I mentioned earlier that between them, the 5 bowlers that got into our finals today, there were a total of 58 titles. Needless to say, all 5 are eligible for the Firestone Tournament of Champions. 5 strikes in a row, going for the 6th.
The ball churning now. He's giving it the same room. Here, we'll take a look at it. Now look at that ball. It's really revolving, and watch the pin stance. Now before they overlap, and he didn't get the 10. That time the full weight of the rolling pin kicked out the 10.
That's a pretty sight, isn't it? 6 X's, 6 strikes. Right from the very beginning of this third game. Now on the left lane, will he get number 7? He is alive for a perfect game. Don't go away. Let's hear from one of our sponsors, without whom we couldn't be doing this telecast. Tangled with a tiger named Mike McGrath, who has 7 strikes in a row, so needless to say, Dave is trailing now by 60 pins, but he has a strike up. A double. Let's take a look at a profile view of this bowler.
One of the great formful players, like Dick Weber on the right. Watch this arm swing. From the shoulder, full extension. Look at that knee bend. Now look at that extension. But what you don't see is the power coming out of those fingers. Keep them firm. He's beautiful.